Morning. Today, I'm going to talk. No. Are we going?
Yes. I had to show Ivy.
All right, good morning. Today we're going to talk about my heating system, my boiler. I bought a central boiler. Oh, I'm coming in the 4th or 5th year. I can't even remember. Actually bought a used for my cousin. I wish I'd have done it 20 years earlier. It was a fairly large expense, so nothing's ever cheap, and that's what was always holding me back. Otherwise, for my entire life, when I was born and raised in this house, and when I took over the farm, we always had a furnace in the basement, a wood furnace in the basement. So you'd have to cut and split the wood and throw it in the basement and stack it in the basement. And if I'm honest, when I was milking cows, I was never ahead. I ended up cutting wood all year round, but all winter long, because I was never ahead. I was always so busy I couldn't get ahead. With this boiler, as you can see, if you look at the wood stacks and the trailers, I cut it much longer, much bigger. As long as I can get it in the door, it'll burn it. It doesn't really matter. So it takes me half the time to put my wood up. And then obviously I'm not milking cows anymore, so I have a little more time, so I can actually have time to get ahead of things a little bit. My wife wishes I was ahead a couple of years, and so do I, and maybe eventually here I'll do that, because the drier the wood, the better. But right now we're basically just cleaning the woods up, and a lot of the wood that I'm picking up is dry. It's been dead for a long time. It's pretty dry. Sometimes if you see the video, there's some stuff that's kind of green too. Mainly I cut that stuff because it's in my way, or it blows over and needs to be cleaned up. But that's what we do. We put our wood up, but we clean up our pastures to try to make the pastures better. So I kind of pick up whatever, kind of kill two birds with one stone type of thing. So, but I love this boiler. It keeps my house warm, keeps the smoke and the mess out of the house, keeps the fire hazard out of the house. I had to fight with the insurance company. My insurance company dropped me because I put this boiler up next to the shed, and they weren't gonna cover me because they said it was too close to the building, which didn't make any sense to me at all, because they did cover me when I had the fire right in the basement of the house. I mean, that was insane. And then this is a boiler. It's not just a hot air furnace. I mean, it's basically a tank surrounded by water. If something happens, I think she's looking for mice. Ivy's always helping. So anyway, we had to search around and find a company that would cover us, and I did, and I'm very appreciative of them, because I was not going to move this boiler. This is how I wanted it. I wanted it close to the shed. I wanted to be able to put my wood under cover for the most part, except for the trailers. Eventually, I'm going to run heat into the shed. The only reason there isn't now is because I don't have the shed insulated. Someday when I insulate the shed, I'll actually have the shed heated also. But anyway, I'm going to stuff her full once a day. Where when I had a fire in the basement, if it was cold, sometimes I had to fix the fire 3-4 times a day. Once a day, and I'm good to go for all day long. So I suppose, I've had it in the past where it's really cold, and sometimes you gotta check it at night too. But this winter's been mild. You know, we're at 30 degrees today. I think it only got into the low 20s last night, so it's not that cold. Once a day, and I'm good to go.
So, do you chop down willow trees too?
No, willow trees are like money to me. That's a private joke. If you know me, you get it. If you don't, well, then you won't. We're going to take a look right into the firebox if you want. It's a big firebox. Actually got a fair amount of ashes in there. One of these days, pretty quick, I'm probably going to have to clean it up. But you always want to leave some. You want to leave about 6 inches of ash in there. So right now there's probably twice as much as there should be. But, I can't say enough good things about this boiler. Alrighty, I got the boiler full. I just close her up for today and we're good. Stay warm all day. I try to check the water level every day. You want to make sure you don't get a leak, but if you heat all winter just through evaporation, you do seem to lose a little water. I actually have it a little full right now. But you check it, it's supposed to be in the sight glass. I'm actually running over. But every day I check it and I make sure that it's nothing happening, because if you'd spring a leak or something, you could run out of water. But, I haven't had any issues. Like I said, I bought it used for my cousin. I believe this is coming up on 20 years old. He had it for 15 or 16 years. I did have to have my nephew weld it up last year. I sprung a leak in the back, but we found it, we welded it up, and we're good to go. Again, I can't really say enough about it. I love this thing. If you watch some of my previous videos, you'll see we got a little wood stove in the house. We did that for two reasons. If I'm honest, part of it was we just like a fire in the house. We like the looks of it. We like to watch it burn. That's why we got the big sight glass in the front. But also when the weather's not really cold enough for a boiler, but it gets cold at night, that little furnace in the house does a great job. It takes the edge off, and then during the day it warms up. You don't need a fire. So we're hoping that end of March, hopefully we can shut this down and just rely on that. Then I'll burn less wood. Like I said, I guess I can't say enough about it. We're still cutting wood because the weather's so nice. I see no reason not to. We're gonna go out as soon as this trailer's empty. I'll go out and I'll fill it again. That way I can have wood left over for next year, and I'm ahead of the game. So
That's a first.
yeah. When it comes to heating, anyways, yes, that's a first. Right, Ivy. So yeah, I just think you'd be interested. There's a lot of people here that do it, but there's a lot of people who don't know what a boiler's about, and that's how it works. You heat up the water, it pumps it out in pumps it through your heat exchanger in the house, and the fan blows on when it wants heat. A vent opens up here when the boiler calls for heat, and it keeps it hot. I heat my water with it too all winter long. It's kind of nice because we never run out of hot water. We have hot water constantly with this thing. So.
One thing, LP.
Oh, yeah, well, it saves tremendously on our LP bill because we do have a gas backup in the house in case something would happen, so we can still heat the house, and then we heat our water with LP. Well, we don't burn hardly any LP at all winter long except for our cook stove because we don't have to heat the water and the furnace doesn't run. We got two 500 gallon LP tanks that we filled. I can't even remember. It was last spring maybe, or was it last fall, a year ago? Because I think we checked it this last summer and we had one tank that wasn't even quite gone, and it had gone a whole year. So it saves us money. It's been awesome. And it's all junk wood that needs to be picked up anyway. I've had people tell me, well, gas is cheaper than wood if you consider the wood and your time and your labor. Well, I own the chainsaw because I need to cut fence posts and clean up things anyways. What's my time worth, really? It's good exercise. I enjoy it for the most part.
He's retired.
The only time I don't enjoy cutting wood is if you're behind and you gotta cut it in the snow and you get wet and cold. But otherwise, I enjoy cutting wood. It's fun. And I don't do it all in one day. I take my time. I take a month to put the wood up. I got this stack. I got a stack in the shed, and then the two trailers. So, yeah, that's our heating system. I love it. So I'll burn wood for as long as I can. I don't think anything else to say. How about you, Sue? Anything else smart to say?
Nope.
No. She's the willow tree, by the way. That's the joke. She's my money tree. So that's why we don't burn willow. All right, you have a wonderful day. I'll try to add some of the cows in. Maybe I'll do it before or I'll do it after. This is the first thing I do in the morning. I come out and I fix the fire, and then I go take care of the cows. I'll go out and feed them. Maybe we'll film that so you can see the cattle a little bit. Otherwise, I'm probably just going to head to the gym from here. So, or at least when I'm done with the cows. So, you have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you soon. Morning, guys. Be careful. down, guys.
Morning, Big Mama. Morning, little mama.
Starting to get froze up. There's some slick spots in the barnyard. You worry about them a little bit, slipping and falling. You try not to push them. We got rid of our bull. We showed you that, was that a month ago, a little over a month ago. And we got another little bull coming up. There's a black one down there. Anyway, we haven't named him yet, so I got to figure out a name for him. So, do you have any ideas, Susie? She's out of Sue. In fact, this is Sue's cow right here. She bought that cow, well, what's it been, 5 years ago, I think? And that little bull that we're going to breed with is out of her. So, cross between the one we just got rid of and her. So technically, it's Sue's little bull, too. So. Bull named Sue, I don't know if that fits or not. We'll see. We'll see. Hopefully, he does a good job for us this year. We're going to separate him here pretty quick. End of February, I take him off and I'll put some steers with him and I'll throw him over by the saddle and get him off the cows. That's so that next winter we don't drop calves in January and February. March doesn't bother me so much. Sometimes it can be nasty, but March is usually manageable with calves. But January and February is harsh, and I've dropped my share of calves, unfortunately, and it's been my fault. It's a management thing, so I'm trying to keep that from happening. So we're going to separate him end of February, and he won't go back on the cows till June. So, all right. Well, I guess we're going to go to the gym, huh? I did the boiler and fed the cows, and now we go to town. Today we're going to do some shoulders. I'm going to do some behind the neck presses. I've done 2 sets already. I'm just doing 3 sets of 10. We'll film the last set here. And then we're going to go to military presses, seated in front to my chest. I'll do 8-5-3-1. Probably not going to go super heavy. Then we'll move on to some dumbbell presses and maybe some front raises. We'll go see where we go from there. I think I might add in some isolation tricep work towards the end too. So, well, I'm going to jump right in. We'll do a set of 10 here, and then we're going to move into the military presses. Okay, set 8, 185. They don't get any lighter, Susie. She's filming me this way because she didn't like the mirror in the last shot she was in it. Women.
Ha! Women.
She's gonna get in it more and more.
That's what she said.
Alrighty. 205 by 5.
Let's see if you can count.
Some days it's a struggle.
Almost 5.
Next.
You look a little tired there.
I ain't getting any younger.
Yeah.
Still younger than you, aren't I?
Do you want me to keep filming?
2 1/4 by 3.
I can stop anytime now.
I better watch what I say.
These old fingers might not want to hold this camera.
Glad you're still holding the camera. Alrighty. 2:45 by 1. We're in the gym here again on a Sunday. And it's kind of busy again. I'm assuming it's because it's right after the first of the year, which is a good thing. I'm glad to see people in here trying to stay in shape. That's why I'm in here. But it's just kind of funny how right after the first of the year it gets pretty busy. And then by spring, things kind of mellow out again. I suppose people are outside. So here we go, for one. It actually went easier than I thought it would. Doesn't always happen that way. Alright, I'm going to do some seated dumbbell presses. I haven't done them. I don't even know when the last time I did it was. Honestly, it's been years. But Sue says I need to try some different stuff. I like them. I've liked them in the past. I just kind of got used to doing the barbells. And by the time I got done, I was burned out. So I'm going to do them, but I'm going to do them real light. I haven't done them in a long time. I'm going to start at the 30 pounders. I'm going to go up 5 sets of 5. I'm just going to cruise through. I'm not really going to rest much. So Sue's going to film this whole thing. We're just going to keep right on rolling. So here we go. First set.
Can't believe I lost count. I don't know what set he's on, but
What's she saying?
I don't know what set you're on.
This is the 4th.
2 more to go. And he accomplished.
It's actually pretty good. I'm always complaining. I got, I guess they call it golfer's elbow. Like, I won't be killing me.
He doesn't go.
No, I don't. Anyway, it's been hurting for a long time, and the dumbbells really make it come out. Because you have, it's independent. You can't rely on the other side. It just really hurts. So I've been doing some things to rehab. Maybe someday I'll film some of that. It's just pretty tedious because it's really light and you're just trying to rehab it.
It's, anyway, someday maybe I'll film some of that. Hopefully it gets better.
Maybe you'll go golfing.
It's going to be a while. Besides, I went this summer with the boys, and no, I'm not really much of a golfer. Not much at all. So anyway, from here, I'm going to do some something for the rear delts. I'm going to do some, I guess you call them rear delt flies. 3 sets of 10. We'll film 1 set, and we'll go from there. We'll do them pretty light too. I'm going to start out with like the 30s and just do 3 sets. Might as well just keep rolling here.
Looks like a bird trying to fly.
It kind of does. I really recommend a training partner for anybody. It makes it awesome. But it's nice that they encourage you instead of just make you laugh all the time. But it's fun. Alrighty, I'm gonna do 2 more sets and I'll come back with something else. Might be just about done with the shoulders factors. I think I am done. We're gonna do something for triceps now, 2-3 sets. And that'll be it for today. So Susie's gonna go back on the machine for a while. I'm gonna do a couple sets and then I'm gonna come get her. first exercise we're going to show you, and that's going to be all we're doing today. Alrighty, I'm going to do some dumbbell triceps extensions. There's a million different variations you can do. This one seems to hurt my elbow the least. This is my last set. I've done 3 sets already. This will be my 4th set, final set. Here we go.
Oh, I got in the picture.
Didn't break anything, we're good.
You really don't want a camera lady, do you?
We're gonna go do some triceps. I'm probably not pushing, it's just extensions over the head, I think. And that'll be it for the day. So, do another exercise for triceps. Extensions, but with the rope. I'm gonna do 3 sets of 10. Oh yeah, 110 pounds. If I was doing normal press downs, I'd be doing a whole stack. It's a little bit different. So anyway, 3 sets of 10. I'll show you one.
You can't count.
All right, that's it for the day. Like Gwen, like I said, I've been doing some rehab for this elbow. I might show you one of the things I do in there, and then I think we're going to be done for the day. So, alrighty, I said I was going to maybe show you some of the things I do doing to rehab my elbow. This is one. I'm going to show you one exercise I've been doing. I'm doing it the last couple weeks, and it seems to be helping. One of the things with the elbow is I'm having a real hard time pronating my grip. I can't do this. If I do it with weight in my hands, it really hurts. So I'm trying to stretch it out, basically. So this really isn't so much about weight. It's just about getting a good stretch. So I got a bar that they have in here when they do some of their different classes. Girls do aerobics or whatever. They use some lighter weights. So they got these smaller bars. And I just put it in my hand. I brace my arm good, and I just I try to come as close to the floor as I can and kind of hold it there for a second, and then I'll come back up. I do 4 or 5 reps for each hand, and I'll go back 4 or 5 times each way. And I can really feel it. I really feel the stretch. So, and again, I'm really just trying to stretch things out. I suppose I could add some weight if I really wanted to, but that's really not the point. At least not until I start feeling better. And you don't think this is that hard until you start doing it. Leverage is quite a, it's pretty long, and I don't know what it weighs. The bar probably only weighs, maybe it weighs 20 pounds, maybe, not anymore. But it really kind of to pull your hand down, but that's the whole point. I'm trying to get this twist.
So just for your elbow?
Well, that's what I'm doing for. I mean, I imagine it probably builds your forearms and helps your grip and all that, but I'm doing it to try to rehab my elbow. Trying to stretch everything out, stretch those tendons out, move the heel. So this is one of the things. I've got 3 or 4 different things I'm doing, but this is one of them. And I tell you, whether it's strength or whatever, I'm doing a lot better now than I did the first time. A lot better. Well, that's about it. Alrighty. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. I know it's been pretty short lately, but I'm trying to just kind of shorten up my workouts a little bit if I can, get in and get out of here. So see you next week.